Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kellen Cash here again, and I just want to give a big shout out. It was a beautiful time at Seattle Startup Week. And if you don't know about Seattle Startup Week, or maybe you have a New York Startup Week, or if you don't know anything about a Startup Week, it's when folks who are doing startups or in business, small business, big business, meet venture capitalists, meet angel investors, meet other folks who are in similar fields and opposite fields, and everyone can combine. And Seattle Startup Week was awesome. Gone in the past, we've actually, as a company, for another company, won pitch competitions. We've been offered money, and it's a place where I start to get a little jaded and or maybe not jaded, but I start to get excited in life. And when people start making excuses about the money they don't have, or even when I tell myself, oh, only if I had this money, it's opportunities like this that make me say, no, the money's there. Now you need to be in the right place for the money to get it. But it lasts a week. You get this badge, and no one's even checking your badge, because I personally don't like to look like I work at Microsoft or Amazon. So I actually took one of my daughters today, my little one, and I let her wear the badge. And I just walked in. No one bothers you. No one cares. But, buy the badge, support. I bought the $38 ticket just because I was like, it's just another write-off. It's a great event. There's 170 sessions, as you can see right here. And I didn't go to the majority of them. I didn't go to the majority of anything, but I kind of picked and selected what worked out for this week, because with producing a movie, 2 movies, a book, clients stuff, and all that, it was a good week. And just real life can hit you during the week, so you have to fit this type of stuff in as a entrepreneur. And it was beautiful though. $35 ticket just for the ambiance, just the support. And you see, they had happy hour events. They had pitch competitions again. I went to Wednesday's pitch competition. I have some footage on my body cam. And if you are watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on even one of the podcasts, check out the YouTube Kellen Cash, because I might upload some of that stuff there so you can get bits and pieces. Now, my Achilles heel is editing. So, and I like to pay people to edit when I think it makes sense and I can make my money back. Now, I represent YouTubers and influencers. I don't call myself that. I don't have, at this moment, a huge audience. And, I might start having interns start editing stuff, because that might be, how I get more to show you guys more. Another way to show you guys more is if you guys support. The more consulting I get, the more folks, I have a Patreon. It's real lonely, whatnot, the Kellen Cash Patreon. But, I want to give you more, but also I want to know where you guys are at. So your emails, your comments, those help me to decide. But I also, the financial aspect. If you see art and you see something on these pages that benefit you, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know that. Hey, my Patreon says give $1, help a brother out, because I don't know. And sometimes, you can see 100 people listening to a podcast or YouTube, but you don't know exactly the benefit. And I want to give you guys something that's beneficial. And I'll continue to give you something beneficial if you benefit from it. It's the cheapest advice you're going to get in business from someone who has been doing business for over a decade. So, but there's so much. And I love how this schedule just kind of updates. Right now, we were supposed to be at the Shark Tank Intro to Youth Entrepreneurship. A lot of things just happened, and we had a good lunch. Little one fell asleep, let her sleep, but there's still some stuff at night. Then they have the closing party. So This is just well worth the money. And another thing I should say that I really loved about Startup Week, and I always will go probably to a startup event as much as I can. I love new entrepreneurs. I love seeing new business. I love inspiring. I love coaching people and mentoring people who want to get in the game. I met one brother, and he was like, "Yo, I just quit Microsoft. Last week, and now I'm here, and he's ready to do his thing." And I feel that. I feel that drive because when you're working at a big factory like Microsoft, um, it's not for creative people because it's such a big machine. They have the way they're doing it. There's an old way, and then there's always a new way of trying to bring it done, and it's hard to do the new way. So, I just love talking. I get energy from folks like that. And there's so much to do at Startup Week, so much to do. And so these things, are beneficial for me. And there's also ideas that, we may want to invest in the very near future. I don't hold a title as a venture capitalist at this minute, but, I've met enough venture capitalists to know that when someone says they're a venture capitalist, doesn't mean that they're rich. A lot of times it means they're handling someone else's money, and we do that as a consulting firm. But that title is so kind of overused, and people start looking at you a certain way. My life is more set up on the 4-hour work week. If you've ever read that book, then be the best known, biggest ever. Growth comes with what you can handle and how you want to live your life. And, there's a reason why Bill Gates and certain people step down from their positions, because there's other things they want to do to make the world a better place. And I just know that I love starting things. I don't need to manage those things. I don't need to manage everybody's dream, because your dream is your dream. Your goal is your goal. And we love to help get people there. But, I like directing the traffic. I like being that young Al Heyman, behind the scenes. And I don't mind, sometimes I go in front of the camera and we'll do different interviews when asked just to, give some insight. But your vision is your vision. And people always have to remember that. So if you've never heard of a Startup Week and you're like, yo, how do I get involved in the next one? You just check out this website, sign up for next year when it's available. And you get to meet so many interesting people. And to me, no one has come off stuffy, but at the same time, some of these people I know, in the city, and, we have our business, we have our plan. At this moment, we're not asking for any money. Could one use more money? You can always use more money, but you want to make sure you grow at a certain rate and that you can handle it. And that I have, little kids. I like to be home when I can. And, life could always be, the next big thing. But I always look and say, hey, can we travel together as a family as much as possible? So, Startup Week, beautiful, beautiful folks. Just trying to show you a little bit of the website and, sponsors. You probably don't care, but just show you how the attendees and all that kind of works. Just a beautiful thing. And you can go for, less than $40. Less than $40, you can go. I like to be quick, give you just a little quick tip while you're, maybe you're doing the laundry, doing the dishes, like I'm going to be doing soon before I, wake up one kiddo to get another one from school. Daddy daycare never stops. But don't let anything stop you from, starting. And that was why I even want to come on here while I was about to leave. I see so many people stop before they get started, and it's sad because you'll never know how great you are and how great you can be unless you start. So what? You don't have enough money. So what? Everything won't be in place. I remember speaking to a gentleman today, and he's like, I hate editing. And I'm like, yeah, I hate editing too. I'll pay people to do it, when I think it's going to be beneficial. And he was like, and I'm older. And I'm like, I mean, you're a little older, but so am I. Don't let that stop you. And then his thing was, he read a book that he gave me actually, and he was like, this guy said the same thing. Don't worry about the small audience, and you cannot worry whatever you do about a small audience. Even if you have a storefront and you only have a few customers, work with the small. Find out how to grow the small, how to get it bigger and bigger and bigger. And once you do that, if you can get one, you can get many. I truly believe that if you can get one, you can get many, but you have to start. You have to start. And if you don't start, you'll never know. And you'll die not knowing your full potential. So please push. You got breath in your air, in your lungs. Nothing is perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect for you to win. You never know who you're going to meet. Right place, right time, who changes your life. You never know how many people will see what you're doing, and everything changes. So don't get caught up in, I'm not as big as this person. I'm not this, I'm not that. You are you. God gave you a vision. Run with that vision. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to make it, because you're not a loser. No matter how many people doubt you, you're not a loser. You maybe haven't been given the opportunity or the platform to show how great you are. That's from a thought, from one of the Nipsey Hussle, great poet / rapper, said the boy never knew how great he was because he never had a platform to expose himself. That's not a direct quote, but that's where my mind went with that. Amazon has allowed for folks now to put movies on. I'm like a day away from finding out when, not if, but when they're going to put my movie on. And then I'm going to do a client's movie. And, I'm doing a client's book as I take this little break to share this with you. So in between breaks, I'm working. So, be blessed. I'll bring you something new next time. Leave me comments, leave me questions, help me guide with the audience that we do have here where you want to go. Some of you guys do, but let me know more where you want me to take this, because I always tell people, die empty and give away as much as you can. This is what I do for a living, but I love being able to do it, right in the office, and share this wisdom.